And if you have 2 articles, you have 5 questions, and sometimes then you only can finish, and for the last one, how, according to the article, what you can infer, okay, or do you think the best topic of this topic? So, for questions like this, they cannot answer. So they need to move on to the third part, self-graph reading. Okay, but how to do this? So I have an article here, and I want to show you how to do skimming, scanning, and self-graph reading. Okay, for example, like this one. Okay, this is a reading about an ice cream, and they're recruiting a new co-worker here, a new worker. Okay, so in this whole article, I told them, we got to do skimming first, and what to skim. Okay, things like that. I tell them, what's important about this article, that you have to find out the capitalized words. Okay, because those capitalized words can tell you some information about this article. So you get your brain, set that you listen to, and you're gonna in what kind of situation you're gonna read what kind of article. Okay, for example, if you see one of the capitalized word like London, okay, then you will fly to England, right? Okay, you start to think what in London, all right? Okay, so I put the important words like this one, ice cream paradise. So what do you expect to see in this article that you think is an ice cream shop, right? Okay, and then what's important in this article? So not only capitalized word, and you got to look for numbers. Numbers also can tell you something more about this article. So 16 years, okay, and also some of the special mark, okay, like full time, it has a dash inside, okay, and then July and August, and 10 a.m., 12 midnight, and also part time. So those are important information. They can read easily, and also eliminate all those difficult vocabulary to stop them from moving on. Okay, and then that's the second paragraph. So we also mark the important information they got to see when they do the skimming, so they can quickly go through all the article. And then next step, we're gonna go for the scanning. So I told my student that the logic of English writing, most important for each paragraph, would be the first sentence of each paragraph, right? So you get to go over the first sentence of each paragraph. Then what else? Then you have to go over the most important, the first part that we did the skimming. Okay, so just go over the whole sentence of that of that words that we mark. For example, like the first, when we did the skimming, that we mark ice cream paradise. So you just finish the whole sentence. Quickly finish the whole sentence, so you have the idea. Wow, okay, this is a recruiting for seasonal counter staff. And then the next part will be the public, right? 16 years. So you just finish your whole sentence. Quickly finish your whole sentence. So actually, you don't need to read the whole paragraph to make it more effective, and it can save a lot of time. Okay, and then just go over, so you have very brief idea, and things like this. Then you almost the whole paragraph that you have to finish, but go over quickly. Then you don't stop from there. Then go to the question, because you have idea which paragraph is talking about, and then you have the idea. So in this exercise, that it's very obviously, okay, when you after the scanning, then you can get the answer. They are looking for summer job. Okay, high school students seeking for summer job because they need to work in the summertime. Okay, and then the second question, when is the most likely busiest time of the year for the company? Okay, and I think when you go over, in quickly, okay, when you did the scanning, then you can also all those 3 questions without any problem. Okay, but some question that you found it is a little bit difficult to answer at the time, then you might ask the student, go back to the right paragraph only. Sometimes you can see this article is pretty long, few paragraphs, but since you read the first sentence of each paragraph, so when you see the, when you see the question, normally you just directly go back to the right paragraph. You don't have to spend the rest of the time to do the other paragraph to finish all the article. Okay, but I think this need to do more exercise because, when I was a student, I always start from the first letter and then, first word and then to finish to the end of the last word. And I think most of the students would, would do the same thing. So they feel, they cannot ease if they cannot finish from the first, first word to the last word. Okay, so, at the beginning of the class, I would ask them to do the exercise, and I ask them, when you go home, okay, I want you to do one exercise, every day to do, 3 articles, okay, for this exercise. And then I would say, when you sit down, okay, you want to read the article. Before you read the article, can you do one exercise that you count how many questions that you're gonna finish for this article? And then, if you only have 3 questions, so you get to set your time 1.5 minutes. Okay, 1.5 minutes, and then start to do this exercise. Skimming, scanning, and sort of reading exercise, and to see if you can finish the question in 1.5 minutes. Okay, and the end of the class, and I think most of students, if they try hard, they can finish the exercise very efficiently. Okay. All right. Okay. So that's all about the what I want to share about TOEIC test, and that's a student feedback. I think that's most important is to inspire the student and to make them feel English learning is kind of interesting and enjoy class. So this is one of my students. She was held up by TOEIC test because she only had about 625. Okay. And she held up for 1 more extra year for master degree, and she was in health management. And that was the first department accept TOEIC test result in National Taiwan University. Most of the faculty they only allow GPD high intermediate level result, but that was the first one. And she was in my class about in May. She came to my class, but almost a year that she couldn't graduate. So she worked with me, and she was in my class, and until November, and in the midnight, she called me and she told me that she got 775. Finally, she passed the exam and she can graduate. Yeah. Okay. So that was very exciting. And she said, well, before she came to my class, she failed 10 times for TOEIC test. That was pretty upset, and that department asked for 750. Yeah, and she normally has about 625, 650. Yeah, and she finally succeeded. So she wrote me the letter, and she was very happy, and she said she won the John Sun Yat-sen. Yeah, that was the 11th test that she done. And also, this student, and okay, she was in my TOEIC class, and she was very, very happy that, she had a lot of fun in the classroom. And also this student, okay, and he was very impressed that, because I share a lot of interesting story, and I have a lot of fun game in the class, and he was very enjoyed. Okay, and this one, okay, she, Amber, she used to have only about 425, okay, about 400. And then, after she finished the course, and she contacted me always and try to improve herself. So after that 2 months courses, and she did the test, and it's about 675. Wow, okay, I'm very happy for her. Okay, and that's the well, that's the survey from NTU LC. Okay, and they think a lot of fun in the class. All right, okay, and finally, I would like to recommend some of the textbook. I think it would be very useful to all of you. Those two textbooks that I love, because a lot of textbook in the market, and I found out not so handy and not so interesting. And these two textbooks they are my favorite. I like them, and I think it would be very useful in the classroom, and the exercise could be interesting. And the exercise in here, I have a student. He's a PhD student in National Taiwan University. Nowadays, PhD student, if they want to apply as an assistant professor, they need to pass exam and they need to show up the TOEIC test result. 850 for the assistant professor if they are local student. That's really harsh. And he took the exam just only 2 weeks ago, and he told me he found out a lot of questions out of this one. Out of this one. Okay, he found it very useful. Okay, and this one is a very good textbook, I think. But now they have the third edition. I think third edition is a little bit thinner, and I think the second edition will be the most complete one, and I like it very much. Okay, and for this one, it's a Chinese version because a lot of students they found it, they have difficulties. Okay, to use the English version textbook, and I would recommend. I ever use this one in the classroom. Use this one. But I found out, too many exercises that you cannot, and also they compile all the topic in this textbook. So it will be a little bit difficult if you want to teach grammar or what else, okay? But the format is, I think, is excellent for students to do the exercise if they want to do more, extra exercise. Okay. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you.
Okay, so do you have any questions? Any questions?
So besides Sunchal, are you teaching anywhere else?
Besides what?
Teaching
No,
here
it's
in
not
university
school.
In Suzhou University. I still teach in NTU LC and also for the English club. So currently.
How many hours do you teach each week?
How many hours, including all those? About, less than 20. Yeah, less than 20. Yeah.
So are you gonna leave your problem with us?
You think it's
It's
very helpful.
Yeah, if you were.
cool? Okay, sure, no problem. Yeah, I love to share. I have more to share, but because of time limit.